Class, we're gonna continue our racing game. So first we're going to add more decoration to the track, and we'll add some script for camera stabilization, and we'll see how far we can go in today's lesson. Okay, so first, here go to the textures folder. Okay, go to the textures folder. I want you to first let's import the start banner, finish banner image, and we're gonna make the banners. Okay, so drop in these two images. Select the car, press F key, so you know where your car is located. So maybe we're gonna put our start point here. Okay, here. Um, so okay, so select the car, press F key. So we will focus our view here, and we're going to create a banner, and then we're going to move the banner to there. All right, so that's the plan. So first I go to 3D object, plan, here we go. Rename this plan to maybe start point banner. Okay, let's drop in the texture, which is a star banner. So just drop it onto there. Now you can see that the scale is different because our texture is kind of stretched, right? So we can basically, select this banner, hit R key, and then we can just squish it, and to make it roughly the same size as our original texture image. Okay, once you get that, hit W key to move. I'm gonna place it at where it's supposed to be. Okay, here's one important thing. I want you to check off mesh collider. Otherwise, if this is turned on, your car will be able to collide with this banner. You don't want that happen because your car may be kind of bumped and jumped up. You know, if there's a small gap there. Okay, gonna place it here. Let me check. Yeah, maybe a little bit more here. Okay, so here's the straight, and hit R key for scale and scale it up even more to make sure it fit in this gap, and also rotate it. Okay, so this is our nice start point. Okay, and we want to add more stuff. So here, let's go to, first let's hit F key to focus our view there, and then go to game object, create a 3D object, and let's create a cylinder. Here we go, a cylinder. Rename it to start, or maybe just a pole. Okay, pole left. All right, and here R key, stretch it. Oh, that's too much. Okay, and then hit W key to move it up. This should be too tall. Yeah, like this. And then we want it to be thinner. So what we can do? So here, you got the settings. Here's the scale. So for the X and Z, let's try 0.3. Let's see if it is good. Yeah, looks good. 0.3. Okay, so let's put this one to the left side and make a duplication by hit Command D and move it to the other side. Oh, maybe we should bring it this way so it's aligned. Yes. Okay. Let's change the name to pole right. Okay, and then let's select our. Sorry, let's select this guy. Let's select the banner. Hit Command D to make a duplication. Move it up and rotate it this way. So we can just use this. Put number minus 90. Yeah, that's a good direction. And then we have to change the scale. make it thinner, put it here, make sure it's inserted in there, and then we're going to just hit Command D, make a duplication, and let's see, here we're going to use a shortcut snap. If you hold on if you hold on VK and place your cursor here, see, you're going to put the anchor point at the left bottom corner, and then you just grab it to snap to the other object. Very convenient to use, right? Okay, so here this new one, we're gonna hit Command D again to make a duplication, and then hold down V, grab it to snap. Easy, right? Okay, so now you can see that the pole is not aligned. What we can do is, basically the easiest solution would be I just move the pole to this direction. Yeah. Okay. So this whole thing, we want it to be one group. So what we can do is, you can just select any of these objects, maybe the center one, hit F key to focus your view at there, and then go to game object and create an empty object. And then here we're gonna say start banner group. Okay, and then select these five stuff. Okay, select all of them and drag it and drop it onto the start banner group, right? So just make our scene nice and neat. I think we will need a little bit more stuff. So first the pole, we can give it a color. So now let me show you how to create the materials. Okay, so by default, see here is automatically created the material folder under the textures folder. We can just go to the materials folder and right click and create a new material. So here we can just say pole pole. Okay, and for this pole, we can simply just give it a color. Maybe let's do black, and then drop the material onto the pole. Here we go. So now we have a nice start point pole. I think here is not aligned, so let me just move it a little bit, insert it in there. Okay. And then for this whole group, I think I should move it a little bit to the left, so it's a symmetry. Okay. Yeah, I should make another texture and have a start at here, the letter start. But if for those who know Photoshop, you can make your own texture. Okay, so this is a start banner, and now let's move our car to here. So depends on which lane you want to put it in. I'm gonna just put it in the third lane. Okay. Next thing, we're going to make our finish line. So yeah, this is the finish line. Okay, so first we're going to select both of these and hit Command D to make a duplication. Yeah, I'm lazy, right? I just make a duplication. And then let's rename this. Let's rename it to finish point banner. And then this group, I'm gonna change it to finish. You can rename it finished, but anyway, I just put the text, the letter's name here. All right, so this is the finish line. I'm gonna move it to the other side. And here's one important thing, because the car gonna come from that way, right? And then if you go to the other side, okay, the planes just vanished. The reason is because the plane is a one-sided mesh. So when you look at it from the reversed side, it's invisible. Okay, so those from my 3D class, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't understand the whole story, that's fine. Just remember, for a plane, you could only be able to see it on one side. So what you need to do in this case is select both of this stuff and just rotate it. rotate it in 180 degree. Okay, and place it in the right direction. I think that's good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now let's change the texture. So for this banner, let's select it. Yeah, let's just grab this guy and drop it onto it. So you're gonna replace it, and then you notice that we may need to, yeah, we need to rotate it this way. So it's a finish. Yeah, it's a finish banner. Okay, and for this, we can simply just grab the finish texture, drop it on one of them, and you can see we also have to rotate it. Yeah, so that's how many degrees. So that's you can put 90 there. So that's it. Finish. Let me see if we, yeah, if we increase the size, that's too much. So for those who know Photoshop, you can just Photoshop have a texture be that long, and spread out the letters. Okay. Since we are just using this template, I'm gonna just delete the rest. Yeah, delete the rest. I rename this as finish point banner, and then I just use the same strategy. Hit Command D to make duplication, hit W key to move, and then hold down V key to snap. Okay. Command D to make another duplication, and snap. I know this doesn't look realistic, but for demonstration purpose is enough. Okay, so this is the finish line. We want to have more interesting stuff. So now let's go back to our car. Go back to our car. So our car start here. I want to add some audiences. Okay, some crowd. So let's go back to the assets. So here, let's create a new folder. Let's rename it to video. Okay, yeah, we're going to bring in video. Open the folder, and here I want you to go to the green screen folder I provided. I want you to we'll just use the 720 video. The resolution is enough, but in the future, if you want to build really high resolution game, you can use the HD 1080. Okay, but for demonstration, we're gonna just use the 720. Crowd 01 720. Okay, so bring in this video. Okay, and here what I want you to do is right click and create a 3D object, create a quad. Okay, so here's a quad. Rename this quad as crowd. Okay, and then on this quad, we're going to go to the inspector section, add component, search for video. Okay, it's outside of frame. Let me grab it. It's outside of frame. Let me show you. So if you click on add component, yeah, here we go. Search for video. You should see video player. So add the video player, and then here it has a channel for video clip. Just grab this video and drop it here, so the video will play there. Okay, and check on loop. We want to loop the video. Okay, so here's the renderer where you want to render video. Basically, it already assigned, right? We already assigned the quad going to render the video. Next thing is, say if I start to play, you should see. Next thing is we need to key out the background, because right now the video is a green screen footage. For those who have taken my video class before, you can use a Keyline 1.2 effect in After Effects to key out the video, but this is the game engine. It's also a frame. Let me show you in this way. Yeah, see, the video is here, okay, but the green screen is there. So we're going to import a shader. Okay, so let's go back to the assets folder. here, let's create a new folder. Let's say shaders. Say when you do a game, always make everything organized. So for all different file types, just put it in a different folder. So for shaders, we're going to drop it in shaders folder. So here's the shader. Okay, so let's just drop import shader. So what shader is, for those who don't know this, basically shader, you can understand it is like a different type of material. It gives the material different property. So for this shader, it allows you to key out the green screen. Okay, so now let's let me see, let's select the cloud. Let's oh, okay. So we have to replace the material first. So right click and create a new material. Yeah, create a new material. Let's rename it as M cloud 01. Okay, let's also rename this this quad as cloud 01 because later on we may drop in other cloud footages. Okay, so for this M cloud 01 material, just assign it to the quad. And then for this material, the settings, let's go to the shader, let's go to the standard, let's go to the custom. See, this is the shader we just imported. Okay, so I'll assign it. Boom. So now it's transparent. So what I want you to do is, see, the key out color by default is red. We need to select the green color. So go back to the video folder. So here you will be able to see the video. Oh, yeah, I just made a stupid mistake. We need to, yeah, it's easier if the material and the video is in the same screen, so I can select the material and key out the color. So let me see, how can I do it? Okay, material, sorry, shaders. Okay, let me just go to the video folder and create another material. Okay, create another material, and now see video material cloud 01A. Sorry about the stupid mistake. So we're gonna do it again. So now select the material and assign custom key shader. Okay, so now here the color, click on this color picker tool and then click on the green screen background. So you're going to assign the color to key out. Okay, so when you click here on your computer, it may say, okay, you need to give permission to access the color info. Just to say yes. All right, so now we're gonna play with the threshold, the smoothness. It will be always easier if you just start the game. Okay, start the game. So the video is loaded here, and then switch to the scene tab. Okay, and then we can change this. See, now you can see your people are appearing. Threshold. All right, so threshold I just put 0. Smoothness I think 0.50, oh, 0.2 maybe. Why it disappeared? Just give me one moment. 0.2. Oh, okay. It's because of the video at the end there's an empty part. Okay, there's an empty part, so that's why the character just disappeared. So this is a good setting. Threshold for 0 and smoothing for 0.2. All right. Now we're gonna exit the game. So now we're gonna select the cloud and we're gonna place it on the ground. So let's compare with our vehicles to decide how big we want this to be. So it should be roughly about 2 to 2 for XYZ. And then we're going to drop the cloud around the tree. Hard to select. Okay, move it here. Okay, by the tree. And we also want to tilt it for about 30 degrees, so it's facing our character. Maybe 35. Okay, so now let me test the game and see how it looks. Oh, that's too small, too tiny. Uh, yeah, too tiny. So let's try 6. Make sure it's above the ground. All right. So let's try 6 and see how it looks. Yeah, 6 is better. See, now we can see the people sharing. But they're floating, so we just need to make sure. If I go back to the scenes folder, just make sure they just touching the ground. Yeah, that's the ending part, where it's empty. Okay, just wait a few seconds. Wait a few seconds for it to show up again. And here in the meantime, we can just copy the Y info, which is a 1.18. So I know at that setting it should be on the ground. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. 1.46 actually. So now if I select the cloud and put 1.46, we know it should be good. Okay, so that's the crowd of people. So now let's add some sound. Let's select the crowd 01, hit F key. So now go to game object, create a new empty object, rename it to crowd 01 sound. Okay, and then go to the assets folder and create a new folder and rename it to audio. Alright, and inside the audio folder, let's bring in audio crowd 01. Here we go. And let's drop this audio 01 onto the object, the object. Okay, so now the sound is there. When you play, you should hear it. But before I play, here's a few settings I want to change. So first, you want to check on play on wake. So by default, we're gonna play. Check on loop, so it's kind of keep playing. You want to change the sound from 2D to 3D. If it is a 2D, the sound is constantly, on the foreground, so you cannot stop it. So here we'll change it 3D, so when the car is closer to it, you can hear it. When the car drive away, it disappears. And here's the distance, like how far away you will the sound will fade out. So 500 maybe too much. And let's try 60. And and the volume rule off. Let me try nanner rule off. Okay, let's try nanner off. So these are the settings, and let's give it a try. So when you start the game, you should be able to hear the crowd sound. So let's drive, keep driving, and as we are far away from it, see the sound fade out. I think it's good. So now let's so we have crowd 01 sound. So let's make more. So here I only provided one video. Okay, so the other video green screen. Okay, the second one we're gonna use it for screen, so it's not for people to stand on the ground. But for those of you who knows video editing, you can just find the videos on YouTube, download it, and cut the titles, and then use it for texture. Okay, use the same method as I used, but here for demonstration purpose, I'll just duplicate these two. So hit Command D to make a duplication, and I move the second one to a different place. So this one maybe gonna place it here. Bring it down. Okay. Here I'm gonna rename it to Crowd02 and Crowd02 sound. Okay. So here for this billboard, we may want to net it to aim to this side, so when the car driven by, we can see it. Okay. Also maybe a little bit closer to the road. Okay. And for the Crowd2 sound, let's go back to the audio. Let's bring in audio Crowd2. So why not we just bring all of the 5 sounds together in here, so we don't have to import them one by one. Okay, Crowd02, you want to plug it in here, so select the Crowd02 sound, and here just replace the audio clip. Okay, you can keep everything else the same. So here let's just duplicate and place the third one maybe in the middle here. Okay, since our car is coming from this side, so we may want to rotate it. So let me try just put 60 here. No, not enough. Okay, 150 or 140. Okay, 140 should be good. This and rename it to Crowd3 and Crowd3 sound. And then replace the sound. And in order to save time, I'm gonna skip the fourth one. I'll just make the fifth one around the ending point. Where is it? So the ending point is here. Oh, here, yes. Okay, so now I'm going to just duplicate the third one and bring it to the ending point. Okay, and gonna aim to the vehicle and rename this to Crowd4 sound, and replace the audio. Okay, so you can get all of the 5 here, but for demonstration purpose, I'll just stop it here. So we got a crowd sound. Let me think what else. Okay, so we're going to go back to the car. So now, if I test drive, you're gonna see the car is not stable. Okay, so let me show you. You're gonna make more sense. So when I start to drive, let's say if I accidentally bumped something, or if the road is not flat, um, if the road is not flat, you're gonna see, oh, it's not good. Test. Let me go to the mountains. Okay, so now it makes more sense. See, the car, the camera looks really weird. So when the cars are tilted, the camera also tilted. We don't want that to happen. Okay, so let me show you how we can fix that. So now select the camera, perspective camera, or maybe the model itself, GT2 model. Okay, and we want to create a game object, create a 3D object, a cube, and then rename this cube as camera holder, because we're gonna use this holder and get a script for it, and use this holder to contain all of the cameras. So drop this camera holder inside of the car group, because you want this camera holder to move with the car. Okay, and then hit W key to move it up and scale it down. And you want your camera to keep look at this point. All right. So now we're gonna go back to the assets and right click and create a new new folder, and rename this folder as a script. And now we're going to import a script. Let's say here. Yeah, car camera stabilization. You can just drag it in here. Alright, so now the script is loaded, and then you can simply grab it and drop it onto the camera holder just created. And inside here, you can see that it has this channel, the variable you have to assign it. So basically this is the car, so you assign the car group to here. Alright, and then put the perspective camera inside of the camera holder group. Okay, so now if we start testing the game, you should see that the camera keep aim at this cube, and it resets the tilting, the rotating of the car. So now take a look. So while the car is tilting, you can see that the car is tilting, and the cube, which is the camera holder, just resets it, so our camera stabilizes it, right? So this looks more realistic. Right, now we have finished it, so we're gonna select the camera holder. We're gonna turn off mesh render. So now the camera holder is still there. We just turned off its visibility. Okay, so we'll not be able to see it. Next step, we're going to create more cameras. So when you start to play the game, you will have a selection of cameras. You can play with the third view. You can play with the first view, which is you are inside the car seat and drive the car. You can have the top view, and you can look in the back. Right? So that's the type of effects we're going to have. So we're going to select the perspective camera, which is here. We're gonna hit Command D to make a duplication, and for this one, we're gonna place it in front of the car, or maybe insert it in there, and we're gonna rename it to first person cam, which is the first view camera, and we may want to rotate it to aim to the front. And this is the camera view. You can see here our camera just penetrating through it. So basically we have to just select the camera and change the near clipping plane. So these values are too much. So anything that is closer to this number, it being transparent, it being invisible. Okay, which is not realistic, right? We cannot see through a wall or a plane. So we're gonna change this to 0.001, the lowest number. Oh, it automatically jumped to 0.01. Anyway, but now you can see that we will not be able to see through it. So now you can bring the camera a little bit closer to the window and to the left. You can see that for the car model, I created this mirror in front of it. So later on, we're gonna do some interesting stuff. So we're gonna create the actual reflection on here, so we'll be able to see the backside from this mirror. Okay, so we'll do it in the next video, because this will be too lengthy if we do it here. Okay, so this is the first camera. So now let's do more. Let's let me go to the scenes view. So select the first person camera, hit Command D to make a duplication, move it up all the way to the top, and then rotate it, look down. So this is the top view. Okay, so you can play the top from the top view. Here we can just manually change it to 90 degree and rename it to top cam, and let's see, yeah, it's good. So we're going to also bring it forward a little bit. Okay, and then we're gonna select the first person camera again. Hit Command D to make a duplication and rename it to back view camera. Okay, back view camera. Here, maybe we just put it in the fourth order. Okay, back view camera. We're gonna move it out and and yeah, my screen is really small because I have to record video, so sometimes it's hard to select stuff. Okay, so we just rotate backward, and so we'll be able to see our car. Tilt it down. So this is the back view, so we can see what is behind us. So later on, when we have AI cars chasing us, we will be able to use this camera to look behind us. Okay, so now we have the cameras. Now what? First, we have to save this scene, right? Always hit Command S key to save your progress. Okay, so now go to the folder script start. Okay, so now we're gonna do a little bit scripting. Don't worry, it's very easy. Okay, I'll show you step by step. So first we want to bring in the car switch cameras with 4 key. Okay, this is very basic stuff. Bring it in here and just wait for it to load. And once it's finished, I'm gonna show you stuff. I'm gonna show you some stuff. So yeah, usually when you bring a script, it takes a few seconds to load because you have to compile everything inside there. Okay, so we have the camera holder there. Let's just drop this script onto the camera holder. Okay, so here's the camera holder. So now you can see that we have 4 channels. Let's plug in the perspective camera to the camera 1, first person camera to the camera 2, top view camera to the camera 3 channel, back view camera to the camera 4 channel. Okay, so now I want you to double click to open this script. Car switch camera with 4 key, double click. So it depends on the NAB computers. Since at the time when I record this video is what's the date today? It's August 21st. So I haven't been to the NAB. I'm not sure if they have installed Visual Studio. So when you open it, it may load Visual Studio. Otherwise, it may load on Dreamweaver. Okay, so the interface may look different, but the contents are the same. Okay, so this is a script, C# script. I just gave some basic explanation to it. It's very easy. So basically, in the beginning, you declare 4 variables, so game objects. Okay, these are the okay. Here, my window is really small. Okay, so these are the 4 channels you see here, camera 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So the game object, so you have 4 variables to assign. What do you want to do with it? So when you start the game, so the camera 1 will be active, it's gonna be visible. Okay, set active as a 2, so it's gonna be visible. Camera 2, 3, 4, it's gonna be deactivated. Okay, set active false, so you're gonna be deactivated. Okay, so void update is when you for example, when you hit a key, what function you want to bring in here, so it is the update function. Okay, so if you have you put a key down which is 1, you hit number 1, and then the camera 1 will be active, right? So that's the same as the start. Okay, so it doesn't make sense, but think about it. If I hit 2, I'm going to make the second camera to be true, to be visible. Okay, and the first camera gonna be false. Third and fourth all gonna be false. Okay, so that's the reason of it. So I have a number 1 key to just show camera 1. Number 2 just show camera 2. etc., etc. Okay, so now you know how to modify the script. See, with this script, we will only be able to use one key to turn on one camera, right? So if I just copy this whole paragraph, this if statement, Command C, copy, okay, Command V, paste it here, you know what you should do. Change 1 to 2, right? Change camera 1 from 2 to fourth, and camera 2 from fourth to true. So when you press number 2, camera 2 will be set active. Camera 1, 3, 4 will be deactivated. So press 2, you will be able to see through camera 2. Okay, you know all what you should do. Basically, you're going to continue with this. It's outside of frame. Outside of frame. Let me. Okay, let me bring this up. Yeah, my screens are really small, so I have to adjust the screen. So here, so if you put 3 and then the third camera will be 2, okay, and first camera will be 4th. Okay, so now you can just pause the video for 1 minute and finish the 4th paragraph. You all know what you should do. Okay, pause it for 1 minute, do it yourself. Press 4 key, you will be able to switch to camera 4. Alright, so now I'm going to do it. So if I put number 4, and then the 4th camera will be 2, right? And all the rest will be false. Okay, so once you finish it, hit Command S to save your script and go back to the scene. Okay, go back to the scene and we can start to test if the script works or not. Alright, so hit play button. And if you hit number 1, hit number 1, nothing changes because you're already on camera 1, right? Press 2, this is the first view, 3 and 4, and then if you press 1 again, you're going to switch back to camera 1. See, now when you're driving, you can press different key to switch a different view. How cool is that? Okay, so but you know what? Now I kind of find it's very kind of inconvenient because I have to press WASD to control my car, right? And then I have to use one finger to press 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not convenient. So now what about we just use one key to switch 4 different cameras? So how can we do that? Now I want you to go to camera holder, go to the car switch camera with 4 key and remove it. So here, remove the component. Okay, so now we just deleted the script. So now I want you to copy, actually drop the camera switch, car switch camera with 1 key script, bring it into the scene. Okay, it'll take a few seconds to load. And once it's finished, you're gonna bring this onto the camera holder. So just 1 moment. Okay, with 1 key. So make sure you select the right script. So select it. Take a look of the name convention. Okay, switch camera with 1 key. That's the script I want you to apply to the camera holder. Is that on yet or no? Oh, it's here. Okay, so car switch with 1 key. So again, we're going to just plug in all of the cameras. Plug in all the cameras. Alright, so now double need to open the script. So now basically the top part is the same. You know, you give it 4 integers, which is here 4 channels, but we have 1 extra channel counting and its number. So we declare a integer and we give it the name as a counting. Okay, so when you start the game, again it's the same. Camera 1 will be active, all of the rest camera will be deactivated. And update function. So whenever you press a key, which is a C, so you can change it to G key or B key or V key, whatever you want to put it here. You put a V, and then in the game, you're going to press V key to switch camera. Okay, so here I use the C key. So whenever you press C, the counting, you start the counting. So basically, the counting will add number one. So whenever you reached number 3, you're gonna reset the counted number to 0. So here is, let me open the text. Okay. So here we only have number 3. Basically on computer, number 1 is actually 0. 0 is the first number, and then 1, and then 2, and then 3. So these we get 4 numbers. Okay, this is the correct order. So technically 0 is the first number, which is 1. Okay. So whenever you press C key, you'll start to count. You will count that number. Okay. Whenever you reach the number 3, you're gonna reset to 0. So that's 4 cameras. Does that make sense? So that's the function. So if the counting the number reaches 3, you're gonna reset to 0. And also you're gonna start a coroutine. So we give it a name, which is a camera switch. So you're gonna start a coroutine. And inside of the coroutine, whenever you press the number, you're gonna wait a very minimum time. And then, if the number is 0, if your current number is 0, which is the first number, you're going to turn on the first camera. Understand it? So what you have to do is basically copy this paragraph. Okay, copy this paragraph, insert it here. So if the counting number is 1, which means you have pressed the C twice, right? So if you press the first one is 0, press the second time, it's gonna be 1. And then the first camera gonna be false. The second camera gonna be true, right? Okay, so if you continue to press the C key, the counting will be 2, right? So that's gonna be the third number. So you know what you should do. Basically, I copy that part, and basically you're gonna be counting equals 2, and then that's the third number. So the third camera will be 2, and the first camera gonna be false. Okay, you know all you need to do, the rest of the stuff. So basically, if you press the C one more time, the number gonna be 3, which is the fourth number, right? So the fourth camera will be 2, and the fourth number gonna be 2, which is the first camera gonna be 2. So pause the video for 1 minute, and I want you to do it yourself. All right. So when the number is a 3, right, the fourth camera is a 2, and the first camera is false. Okay, so that's it. Very simple, very straightforward, right? So basically now, by using the counting, the integer, okay, by using the integer, so give each number a camera, and then we can just use one key to switch cameras. Hit Command S to save your script, okay, and switch back to Unity. Now, if I play, you should see that whenever I press the CK, you're gonna keep switching cameras. How cool is that? Okay, so start to play, and now it will be very easy to drive. See, drive the car, and then use my index finger to hit CK to switch camera. Okay. All right. I think this tutorial video is already very long. We need to finish everything in one lesson, so I'm gonna stop it here. Next lesson, we're going to continue work on this game. We're going to add reflection to the car mirror, and we're going to start to count the time, and we're going to also add the AI car in the scene.